So today is a mission that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So as you might be able to see, I've got the kayak packed to the rafters. I've got no food whatsoever. I don't have water. Usually on a mission like this I bring water, but because where I'm going there's a freshwater spring, waterfall, I'll be getting my water from there. It means I can save on a bit of weight for the kayak. The wind is a bit more than forecast, but it is supposed to die off, and I've got all day to get to where I want to be, so I'm going to wait it out a bit. I'm going to try and get some food for tonight, and then hopefully the wind backs off and I can make the paddle, because I've got about 7 kilometers of paddling and I don't want to do it into a headwind. So yeah, that's today's mission. Just hurry up and wait for the weather, I guess. So yeah, welcome back. I really struggle to find any good patches of mussels. The tide is higher than what would be ideal, and I'm sort of foraging in the upper reaches, upper extents of the greenlet habitat. So I did get a few, got some good ones. Got about 10 or so. It's really not going to be enough to keep me going, but at least I've got something to eat later. But I really am going to have to get creative if I want to have a good feed. Okay, so I was just searching these rock pools and have come across this patch of kinner. So for you who don't know, probably don't live in New Zealand, a kinner is a sea urchin. The good thing is I don't have to cook these, I can just eat them raw. I really need to get over there because that's where my drinking water is. I've got nothing around here. Yeah, as I thought, pretty skinny, but good bit of energy anyway. So all I'm doing is taking out the roe, which is the eggs, and you can just slurp those whole. Skinny but tasty, like a sweet salty sea egg. Yep, I'm happy with that. I'm going to smash a few of these, and then I'm going to make the paddle because I'm getting thirsty. So I just left the beach. I hooked into a kahawai. So if I can land this, I've got dinner tonight sorted. I'm praying I can land it. Oh, this is a good fish too. And he's in. We're good. We got dinner sorted. Woohoo! So I was just paddling along the shoreline here. Dead gannet on the shoreline. So these are pretty cool birds. Seabirds, and so my guess what happened to this guy is that to gather their food they dive bomb into the water and hit small fish and get them by surprise, dive right on top of them, and over the years of that repetitive diving, that repetitive impact, their eyes start to deteriorate and eventually can go blind. And then because of that, the most common cause of death is actually suicide. They either mistake shallow reef for fish or don't see the shallow reef and dive bomb into the rocks and kill themselves. So I'm guessing that's what's happened to this guy. It is unfortunate, but it is also natural. So nature is cool, but that's how it is. So here is my little Eden. That's my water source. So I'm really glad to see some water. Getting really thirsty. That was a hard paddle, man. The wind was way stronger than forecast. One bonus though, if it's like that again tomorrow, it's going to be an easy paddle home. So there's this mussel float here, so that gives me a good indication on the height of the high tide at the moment. So my theory is if I put my kayak up here and tie it up a bit, then it shouldn't drift away. I will tie it up to a tree That way if someone comes past and sees a kayak on the shore, they'll see it's tied up and it looks like someone's supposed to be here rather than a rogue kayak. So, okay, that's that. Tied that up. I've got this rope, so I'm going to take that up with me. That way when I come back down tomorrow I can drop all my gear down rather than having to carry it. Plus, you can never have too much rope. I'm just going to get all my gear on and we're going to make the climb up. I made it. I'm pretty much there. So now I'm just gonna haul up some gear. I'm going to leave that rope here and head up to camp, and I'm going to replace the rope all the way down before I leave because the other rope's getting pretty old and I might as well do everyone a favour. So I do apologise, but I'm not going to tell everyone where I am because this is just a hidden gem. Those of you who know where I am, fair enough, but just keep it to yourself because I don't want the whole of New Zealand coming here. So we're here. My supply of fresh water, so I'm just gonna rip the guts and stuff out of these fish and hang them up in the shade somewhere down by the water, cover them up, hopefully the flies don't get to them, and then I'm gonna have a glass up in those clearing and see if I can see anything, hang my clothes up and set up the tent. I should stay there until I get back. Camp is set, got the tent up, got the fire ready to go for when I come back. I'm just gonna walk up to this little ridge here, have a quick glass and then gather some more firewood so I've got stuff to last me the night, and then I can head up. If I see any good sign or good clearings or animals, then I'll probably head that way. But I'm just going to go to this little ridge here and see if I can spot anything for now. Got a nanny and 2 kids. I fancy my chances at a deer this evening, so I don't really want to let off any rounds just yet. So I'm just Just sitting up the top here and looking on NZ Topo Maps. It's a free app you can get on your phone. It gives you GPS position, topo maps, satellite map, tells you where you can hunt, public conservation areas, huts, all that. But anyway, it's telling me, I'm just looking on the satellite imagery, and it looks like there's another clearing. If I can get to that ridge there, then there's another clearing on the other side, and that will allow me to see down into this clearing, but also down into that clearing, while still having the wind coming up at me. So it means I'm going to have to crash through here, so I'm going to have to be really quiet, but I think that will give me my best chances. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just spooked a pig. I heard it squeal, chased, well, snuck down into the creek, and came over a skull. And then when I saw heaps of fresh sign, like fresh. But then as soon as I got close to try and get a spot to take a shot, I heard something crashing off up the bush, so I'm assuming it was him. So I've just come back to the old trusty tree. But I'm still tossing up whether it's worth taking some goat out here, because it's a lot of effort. There he is. Those guys are by far the biggest I've seen around this area. It's now 6:45, 7 o'clock, I think. I really was going to go and nail some goats then. As I said before, I'd probably rather go home empty-handed than go home having to deal with some goat legs. I think it's just a bit too much effort, it's not worth it. So I'm going to make my way back down to camp. Alright, just got back to camp, safe and sound. I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a big day. Just got out of my sweaty clothes and some fresh stuff. Gonna grab those kahawai mussels out of the stream and get them on the fire and get some grub in me. So I'm pretty happy with how today went, although I didn't get an animal. I sussed out the area, I know where to go, and it's just great being out here. So you really can't beat it. That's what I love doing. I'm pretty lucky that I get to do it. So I'm gonna go grab this fish and cook a feed because I'm starving. Anyway, the mussels are on there, the kahawai's smoking. Oh, pretty nice view. Just pulled a couple mussels out. They're done. So I'm gonna dig into these bad boys. They're good. They're really good. I really am exhausted. So to have a feed like this by the fire is well deserved and it is much appreciated. Alright, one of these kahawai is ready. and I am starving, so I'm going to dig in. Oh, that's perfect. Oh man, now that is the highlight of my day. That was amazing. Oh man, it's actually technically manuka smoked, because I was grabbing all the old manuka, using that for a fire.